Hello everyone, welcome to our 35th year and counting here at Santa Barbara Sound. Some people also know us as Santa Barbara Sound Design. And in the last 6 months, we went and made a major change in our Studio A control room. We actually moved back towards an analog mixing console. We're still utilizing the same digital recording systems, Pro Tools HD. The main focal point in Studio A's control room is the new generation of analog mixing boards. What we're running now is the Neve 5088, and whereas it shares certain commonalities to vintage era technology, it is truly a mixing board for 2010 and beyond. What you're looking at is a very modern architecture oriented towards impeccable summing, the blending of the signals coming out of our existing Pro Tools HD recording system. The Pro Tools HD is an essential component in the recording and mixing process, but to afford a certain potential for increased resolution beyond the limits that digital mixing sometimes provides, the trend has been to do what we call analog summing. And so the Neve 58 fits into that extremely well. We find the noise floor of the 5088 is totally digital friendly. I can open up all the faders on the system, pass them into the main mix bus, and virtually turn the playback knob all the way up. If I had been on my previous Neve of 10 years ago, which was a wonderful vintage board, you'd be hearing white noise, which was representation of the noise floor of information that would get into your mix when you were blending. On the modern day analog board, this is not the case. Furthermore, Neve had taken a very unique approach that you basically purchase the analog summing section of the board, and he's running the DC voltages driving the channels at a very, very high voltage, 90 volts. So the noise floor, the headroom, all those things are just really, really wonderful and truly up to digital specs. The detail on low-level signals, the tightness in the bass, the high-frequency response are like nothing that typically had been seen in analog technology. Separate from that, the penthouse section allows you to selectively put in different modules that they offer from the Portico series. As you can see here, I have a basic complement that represents a few of the components in the Portico series, a couple channels of mic pre's, some of EQ, compression, but that the basis of the studio here at Santa Barbara Sound for years was an incredible selection of vintage Neve mic pre's, and our wall of doom back there houses always 24 channels of Neve, and in the building are an additional 24 channels of vintage Neve. All the great ones that you would expect, 1073s, 1081s, 1064s. Coupling that to the impeccable summing on the contemporary 5088 Neve board, we're able to achieve sonics that are better than any vintage console alone would provide. The Portico modules offer a nice modern alternative, but the small sampling of Portico modules that I have are sufficient for our needs. They are good in a contemporary sense, but cannot compete favorably with the vintage preamps and EQs that the Neve of yesteryear afforded. So we are really, really pleased. We're getting immensely positive response from our clients that have tracked, mixed on this new Neve, and we're very happy that we made the change, going towards this hybrid approach that has emerged in in the last 5 years of the early 2000s, that the hybrid approach of utilizing digital recording with a good complement of traditional analog summing and analog outboard to get the highest resolution, warmest, full quality audio that you can in today's marketplace.